Well, hello everybody. I apologize, it's been quite a long time since I've made a video blog, but I do have a lot of updating to do, and just wanted to start off by saying thank you to everybody who's been following me and subscribing and messaging me. It's really been an amazing way of, whether you all know it or not, it's been an amazing way of paying it forward to me. The more people I hear from, the more I realize that, I'm not alone. And initially I started the video blog for my own therapy to journalize everything that I was going through. And along the way I started, having the ability to help others because people would question all the different medications, the side effects, and sort of how they were feeling. I would get all the questions, and it started becoming sort of one of those things where, I saw myself helping others, but yet I felt that I was being helped. Everybody was able to pay it forward to me and letting me know that I wasn't alone as well. So just want to bring you up to speed. I quit my job over a year ago. My husband and I made a commitment that I would take a year off from work. We knew that we were going to do 2 more IVF cycles, and I really needed an opportunity to take care of me. We've been trying for 5 years to get pregnant through IVF cycles and doing some of the most extensive, aggressive forms of IVF available in Canada. I've gone through you name it. I've taken Gonal-F, Menopur, estrogen, estrogen patches, estrol, proestrogen, DHEA, every injection available, and unfortunately we've had a really long, unsuccessful journey through IVF. We decided to adopt a dog, and since me being off from work and we live out in the country, I wanted to have a dog, and so we initially got a German Shepherd. We named him Remy. He's now 1 year old, and we ended up deciding to get a second dog, which we got his brother named Rhino, and he's 6 months old. And I will say this, I'm not going to say that these dogs have replaced that void that I have in not having children, but what they have done has brought me so much joy and so therapeutic. I walk them every day at the dog park, take them for an hour and a half in the morning and an hour and a half in the afternoon. I've been working with them and training them for search and rescue so that we can volunteer when there's a missing person alert. And they brought me and my husband so much joy. I don't even know where to start. They truly are gentle giants, and they're wonderful with other kids. And in January of 2012, I turned 40, and in February we did another IVF cycle. We had 1 embryo transferred, and unfortunately it was unsuccessful, although the quality of the embryos were excellent. They were high grade. Unfortunately that didn't work. That was pretty difficult for me, and I honestly think that was our 5th IVF cycle. And I honestly think if I did not have my dogs, I don't know if I would have got through that cycle. That grieving process was really difficult for me. We decided we were going to go ahead. We have 3 embryos that are frozen that were remaining. And guess what? That is 2 positive pregnancy tests. We did an IVF transfer on Tuesday, June 11th, and it was a day 5 transfer of 2 embryos, and today I am now 16 days pregnant, and I feel really great. I still can't believe it. I'm in quite a lot of shock, and although I'm excited, it's really hard for me, and probably those of you that have been through this, it's really hard to be overly excited about anything because I still have another 10 more weeks to go. I've got to get through that first trimester. Being 40 years old, I have been very cautious. Obviously, I have no caffeine, no processed foods. I eat lots of fruit and vegetables. I eat low-fat foods, healthy organic dairy product, no gluten. So I'm very cautious and careful about what I eat. Yesterday was day 10 for me, and although they say not to do a home pregnancy test, a lot of the research I've done, they've said that the hormones, if they're strong enough in your body, you can get a pregnancy test result of positive on day 10. Now, I don't want to scare anybody else because everybody's body is different. So for those of you that are going through an IVF cycle and you test at home on a home pregnancy test on day 10 and you get a negative, it doesn't mean that you're not pregnant. Blood test is always the most accurate. But I just couldn't wait. I never can wait, actually, when it comes to a pregnancy test. So It was really actually fantastic. Yesterday morning I woke up, it was about 7:30, and I peed on the first stick, and I'm keeping these. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm keeping these. I'm not throwing these out. But I peed on the first stick, and you know how they say you're supposed to wait 3 minutes? I intensely was staring at it as soon as my pee hit the stick, and that big fat positive came up. So I stopped in the middle of cycle of peeing and grabbed the other stick and peed on that one, and sure enough, I got a second positive. So I, got out of the bathroom, texted my husband, and I said, guess what? And then I took a picture of the 2 pregnancy tests, and I texted a picture of the 2 pregnancy tests to him, and I said, yep, I'm pregnant. So it's been 24 hours, and I've peed on several other sticks since to make sure they're all positive, and I am excited. Obviously, I'm trying to enjoy every moment of this. It's crazy. I can't believe it. It's been 5 years of trying, and I'm 40 years old, and we only have 1 embryo left now. And we transferred 2 this cycle. Last cycle in February we transferred 1, and it didn't result obviously in implantation, but I have a really good feeling about this, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody out there that's been following me or subscribing to me. You guys have really paid it forward to me without probably realizing that. And I look forward to hearing back from everybody else out there, and I will update you and keep making video blogs along the way, whether, whatever the outcome is. I did have 2 transferred, and I know the risks of having multiple births, but I decided that after everything we've been through, the success I've had hasn't been successful. So I took that risk, and I had 2 embryos transferred, and if we have twins, I think we'll be very blessed. I'm praying for healthy pregnancy, regardless if they're a boy or a girl, or if it's 1 or 2. So just wanted to say thank you again, and best wishes to everybody else out there. And I know I said that I quit my job to take care of myself, and we made that commitment, my husband and I. And I know everybody out there can't necessarily afford to quit their job and live off of 1 income, especially based on the circumstances of how expensive IVF is. I mean, in Canada, a cycle is anywhere, depending on your age and the medications and what's required, but a cycle can run anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 per cycle. So believe me, I understand the cost. This was our 6th IVF cycle. But we just made a commitment that I was going to take a year off and we were going to do 2 more or 3 more at most cycles, and then that was the end of it. That was it. We were going to stop. So, in quitting my job, it's been a really big help in reducing stress and not working, and having my 2 dogs. I'm not saying everybody out there that's going through IVF that hasn't had success needs to quit their job or get dogs, but you need to find out what works for you and helps you alleviate that stress. I mean, whether it's doing yoga or acupuncture, or reducing your work from full-time to part-time if you can afford to do that. For me, it was quitting my job and getting our dogs, and they have brought me so much joy and very therapeutic. And just the little things that, not having to go to work or worry about the stresses of work has really enabled me to get into a better place and frame of mind. So I just want to wish everybody out there luck, and most of all, thank my husband for being so patient and supportive and understanding. Love you. Take care.